guys and gals, Never here from Drake Wing Game, and 70 minutes sort of the gaming drag today. I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of In Case of Emergency, Cedric's Path. So yeah, before we jump into it, just want to let y'all know that our Patreon is now up. For as little as $5, y'all can get access to our not safe for work videos in our Discord channel. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump right back in, shall we? Alarm chain, you are up, and let's go. All right. The book. There's another guy who's theorized making magic into numbers, the true grimoire. But he did it in reverse. If you can break down magic into its most basic principles, you can use it like building blocks to make anything. Numbers into magic. We don't have time. We should probably focus on our main quest. We'll see. We'll keep an eye out for it. Thanks! It gives you an amused look you can't quite place. After dispersed, Cedric calls over from the carriage where he's squatted by a broken wheel. The wheel didn't just break on the road. I could have told you that. People don't make wheels that snap when they go over pebbles. Then what did? Cedric runs his thumb over a missing part of the rim. It's smooth. If it snapped, it'd be splinters. Must have been an unfortunately timed pocket of void. Is it possible it was done on purpose? Only if earthquakes or thunderstorms can be done deliberately. There's no void gods, it's just part of the world. It just happens. At this point, you just hope you don't have to walk. The sun high above you. The sun high above you. The five of you follow the river until your feet ache. The mood is sullen. Remus keeps staring at the map, muttering occasionally that your surroundings don't exactly match what's depicted. Eventually, a town looms in the distance, dotted with red-roofed houses and white plaster walls. It's placed right by the river, which stretches a little wider here, water lapping gently by wooden docks. The river is calmer than expected. Not only that, but as you grow closer to the town, you spot a raised drawbridge that would allow you to cross the river. You could bypass the forest into the mines and cliffs altogether. Remus seems to draw the same conclusion because he furrows his brow and rubs his chin in thought. It's well into the afternoon by the time you arrive at Convivience. Perhaps we should rest here for the night. West blanches. We can keep going. We'll camp just outside of town. We're making good progress anyway. No, I think I'd like to speak to someone about why the drawbridge wasn't on the map. That simply isn't right. And I want to find my book! Cedric doesn't speak up, but he does look pretty tired. Let's rest here. It wouldn't hurt to take a break. I could do with a rest. Now that you're getting a better look at him, he does look worse for wear. That's 4-1! Very well, we should ascertain when the bridge will be lowered. As Remus turns towards the direction of the bridge, a guard approaches the group. Halt! Look at y'all. Under orders of the Mayor of Convivience, no one is to leave the town until we apprehend the culprit behind the attempted murder of Lord Bosia. And how long will that take? If the guard recognizes the king of the entire realm, he doesn't show it. As long as it takes, citizen. Luke's eyebrows rise. Did someone say murder mystery? Attempted murder. All I'm hearing is reason to stay. Come on, we solve this murder and get out of town, catch a break, and maybe look for some books in the meantime. Win-win. Did you say Bosia? I know the Bosias. If anyone's after them, it's a rival family, House Rimmerant. Good. You four seem to have this under control. Investigate the attempt on Lord Bosia's life, and we will continue in the morning. He turns around without waiting for an answer, his cape whisking behind him and disappearing into the crowd. Cedric sighs, his breath shaky as it exits his nostrils. Let's head to the Bosias. Maybe we can find more information there. Do you need a break? We can grab a room. I'll grab a room for him. You two solve the murder, and I'll find a nice bookstore to read him a bedtime story from. No, I'm fine. Let's go. The four of you approach the Bosia Manor. A heavy golden knocker is embedded in the mouth of a small caniform. Knock. You rap twice on the dark wooden door. You hear people talking inside. I'll wait outside. Luke grabs him by the back of the shirt. Hey, if I'm sacrificing looking for the secrets of the universe for this, you can stand around for 5 seconds. A voice emanates from the knocker. Hello? Lady Bosia, this is Cedric, working for the Crown. We met many moons ago. My acquaintances and I are here to investigate your husband's case. There's a long silence on the other end. You begin to think she's ignoring you, and finally a sigh breaks the silence and the door clicks open. It's Electra. Mother's not here right now. I'll be upstairs. There's no one on the other side. You step into a lavish foyer with a fireplace crackling in its hearth. Oh, you've ruined it. There's a young man standing in the center of the room, back to the four of you. He holds a sheet of paper with writing on it in one hand. I'm sorry? It's no issue. It's not as though I was practicing for my father's funeral. He sighs loudly and turns to face you, his face puckered like he's just tasted something sour. He makes eye contact with Wes and freezes. You hear Wes's breath catch behind you. Wesley? Sky. Oh no! You look well. Sky sniffs indignantly, a cool air settling between the two of them. I should go. I have to find somewhere for us to stay for the night. Stay here. The Bogey estate has multiple guest rooms. We couldn't possibly impose. I see. And not that you stayed in any of said guest rooms when you were over. Oh God! Oh God is right. This is painful. So you know. Alright, and we're back, y'all. Let's see. Wow, do you guys normally get such nice weather down here? My father went to sleep last night and never woke up. He's not dead, at least not yet, but I'm preparing just in case. Not yet. Why do you think he's going to die? Sky shrugs. Father's a powerful man. He has a lot of enemies. He always believed someone would try to poison him. When did he go to sleep? After dinner, as always. He had his usual glass of wine and passed out upstairs. Father usually wakes up at the crack of dawn and goes for a run, but he never woke up this morning. And believe me, we tried to wake him up. Preparing? What are you preparing for? His funeral, of course. I wouldn't want to be caught without a touching eulogy as his only son. This guy is starting to get on your nerves. Most people process grief in different ways. Oh, right, because your dad died, so this reminds you of that. Is it his situation or his attitude that's familiar? Everyone here needs to go outside. You shake your head to clear your thoughts. You need to focus. Don't you feel even a bit sad that your dad might be dying? It is a little bit suspicious. Is there an inheritance if he dies? If you think I'm getting anything, think again. Electra's his favorite. Electra? My sister. She was supposed to leave today to get married, but, well, you know. Father's dying. She's upstairs if you want to talk to her. He glances down at the paper in his hand again, then looks up, like he's surprised to see you still here. Thanks. We'll go talk to her now, if that's all right. Upstairs, the king has been moved to a guest room to rest. It might not be a proper bedroom, but the place is extravagant nevertheless. Thick blue drapes hang from a window overlooking the courtyard. Opposite is a beautiful armoire of polished wood that looks expensive. The young woman sits on the edge of the extravagant king-size bed, dabbing at Lord Bogey's forehead with a damp cloth. His eyes are closed and he shudders infrequently in his unconscious state. She notices you enter and her eyes widen. Cedric, it's good to see you again. You too. I heard you're getting married. Electra sighs, like there's no good way to answer the question. Yes, an arranged marriage. I was supposed to leave today, but the roads are closed. And Allie? She's fine. Electra nods towards the blade hanging from his waist, clearly eager to change the subject. I'm glad to see you make use of our gift. Cedric nods. He looks almost as exhausted as the Lord. Of course, we'd like to help your father any way we can. I don't know what happened. He had dinner with the Remorants last night. If anyone wanted to see him gone. Anything out of the ordinary happened last night. Why were you having dinner? It was a farewell party to send me off. Maybe they were trying to strike while I was gone. But you weren't leaving until this morning. If anything, your father's death prevented you from leaving. So, you know. Who would benefit from you staying? The Remorants, maybe? Sky isn't ready to take over the business, and if I wasn't married yet, we wouldn't have an alliance we could lean on. So, the poison in the dining room by the Remorants. Case closed. Why has anyone been arrested? Electra's lips pull together into a tight line. There's no evidence, which doesn't mean that they haven't done it. So, what we need are clues. We have to check out their place. Luke promptly marches out the door like a man on a mission. Wes close on his tail. Wait! Cedric sighs. They've already left. He hovers by the foot of the bed, watching the weak rise and fall of Lord Bogey's form. He cocks his head as he seems to study something on the Lord's hand. Hey, what happened to your father's ring? Electra glances over to where Cedric is looking. She shrugs. I don't know. Maybe he took it off when he went to bed. Cedric frowns. Maybe it was stolen by whoever did this. Cedric rubs his chin in thought, then starts to head for the door, motioning for you to follow. Thanks for your time, Electra. We'll find out who did this to your father. We'll be right back. Three of you walk down the cobbled roads towards the home of the Rimmerants, Cedric taking the lead. At the end of a long road lined by cypress trees, you finally arrive at the Rimmerant mansion, where Lady Rimmerant invites you all for tea. As you enter, Cedric hangs back to whisper to you. It's real estate. No. Don't drink any of it. Wink. You wink at him in reassurance. You've got this. Inside, Lady Rimmerant sits at a table and gestures for you to make yourselves at home. It's terrible what happened to Lord Bosia. I can't imagine how distraught the family must be. She pats under her eyes with a handkerchief, though there's no tears. Uh-huh. Everyone must have been shocked by the news. Is your family doing all right? I know you were close. Lady Rimmerant sighs loudly. Oh, I imagine it's much harder for the Bosias and their children. Poor Sky. He's too inexperienced to run the entire business on his own. Yes, poor Sky indeed. Right, and I heard your family also runs a business. Lady Rimmerant sniffs in disdain. We've hit a hard spot this season, yes, but we all have. What with the river diminished as it is? And nothing we cannot bounce back from, once that godforsaken void is driven back. It will be, Cedric reassures her, sounding determined. So, your business isn't doing very well. Lady Rimmerant looks at the two of you up and down. You're supposed to be the ones grilling her for answers, but her gaze makes you feel like you're the ones being questioned. Eventually, she simply sighs and dabs at her dry eyes again. I can assure you, boys, our family had nothing to do with Lord Bosia's illness. No matter how bad it got, our family would never be so desperate as to stoop to assassination. Thank you very much. Lying? Yes. Destroying someone socially? Certainly. But doing something illegal like murder or thievery? Well, actually, stealing anything from the Bosias would be a terrible idea. No offense would ever buy it. Everything they own has their family crest emblazoned ever so gaudily on it. Did you know Lord Bosia wore the most detestable ring on his finger at all times? Second, y'all. Water time. Cedric nods to you meaningfully. It was obscene. Now, if anything were criminal, it would be his crimes against fashion. Lady Rimmerant fans herself as she remembers an entire slew of apparently offensive outfits. At any rate, allow me to make your job easier by assuring you that the House of Rimmerant has nothing to do with this. We'd be the prime suspects, first of all, and I simply don't have the constitution for murder. It would be utterly foolish to make a move against the Bosias. She looks at you pointedly, and she's no fool. She seems to be saying, if I can offer any advice, it's that I'm not so certain this was foul play. We all knew Lord Bosia's drinking habit would get it to him eventually. He was perfectly fine when we saw him last night for our monthly dinner. His drinking habit? Oh, yes, he drank with every meal and then some. You think he just had too much wine? It's certainly possible. After all this time, maybe his body finally gave out. Were you close? Were your families close? And she laughs politely. Don't let the rumors fool you. Our families may operate rival merchant companies, yes, but we never harbored ill will towards each other. I thought him absolutely mad at times, but he was a shrewd businessman through and through. I heard you went over dinner that night. Lord Bosia was found unconscious. Indeed, I have nothing to hide. It was an ordinary dinner like any other. The Lord had a habit of drinking hemlock wine, you see, whenever he had guests over. He believed it proved his bloodline's superior constitution. Alright, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank y'all for all you do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silvermoon. Thank you for going above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you to our gold tier patron, Amr. You're awesome. We love you. Thank you for subbing your ultimate tier anyway. If y'all want to get your names in the credits, get access to our Not Safe for Work content as little as $5. Alrighty, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!